In this code along video, I'm going to show you how to filter out tables. So first I'm going to hit run on my Rhode Island data set. And while that's happening, let's look at what we have here. Oh, very good. Happened really quickly. So here we have schools table. I got this from line 14 where it says school table equals load table. And I hit enter. And so it prints out the first 10 items of this page, and Barrington District is the first. And notice that there's still 260 remaining rows. That means that there's 270 schools here. And I'm just looking at how this data is organized, right? So we have the district, we have the school, and notice the HS and the MS, right? We talked about this in class. HS is high school, MS is middle school. These are the pass rates. And notice how it says is charter is no and yes, right? With a capital N and a capital Y. That's important. So we're going to use this to create a subset of a subset is like a smaller table where we're going to have a table of just the charter school. So to do that, we have to check to see if it's a charter school. And as a reminder, right, we start every function with fun. We always, in the parentheses, we pass an R, which stands for row, and then we tell it what it's going to do. So I'm going to check to see the row, right? That's what R bracket. And I'm going to go to is charter, spelled with a lowercase. And I'm going to see if it equals yes, with a capital Y. And then you hit end. That's how we end a function. Okay? Now we're also going to have a list of public school is public, which takes a row R. I'm going to check the is charter again. Now if I wanted to, I could have just copy and paste. And I'm going to be kind of fancy with it. I'm going to say not equal to. That's what that symbol means. Yes. Okay, so I have these two functions that return a Boolean, a true or a false, right? That's why when you do something like this, that's what it equals to. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is if I go to my, let's say I go to my contracts page, and I want to look at how I can filter out a table, I'm going to see that I have to pass something into it. So let's look at what I'm talking about here. So remember, when we're stuck, we're going to go to contracts page. And, we're going to scroll through. And all these are functions right now. But what's interesting is there's something called a method. And you know it's a method because it has this thing, this less than table greater than, and which just means the table goes here, and the dot means that it's a method. That means that all tables have these built-in functions that we don't have to worry about, and they only belong to tables, right? Like an image won't have this, but a table does. And if I look at filter, all right, if I say dot filter and it has a parentheses, what this is telling me is that I'm going to do a test that that takes in a row and outputs a true false. And what will happen is I'll get a new table. And so that's what I did here. I created a true false function, right? And now I can create a subset. So I'm going to call this charters, right? These are all the charters, right? And how that's going to work is I'm going to take schools table dot filter, and I'm going to pass is charter. Just the name of the function. That's the only thing I have to pass. Okay? Now I'm going to create a list of public schools, publics, and it's going to be a schools table. dot filter is public. Now, because I changed the left-hand side, I have to hit run again. I only hit it once. Okay, it's saying is charter is unbound. So let's see. Did I make a mistake? Yeah. So I called it is chatter here. So I have to call it is charter. So the name of this has to match up with the name of the function. All right. So now I'm going to put in charters. And look, I have 10 plus 4 more rows. That's 14 charter schools. Now I'm going to type in publics. And look, I have 10 plus 246. That's 256 public schools. I created two different data sets. Now, so what you're going to do is over here, you're going to start making subsets. And if we go back to the assignment, so if I go back to this assignment and I look at the rough draft, that's where question 4 comes in. What are some group samples that make sense for your data set? So what I'm asking with this question is, so you see here, I would write charter schools and public schools, right? But I can break this down even further, right? I can, I really want you to think, how can we break this down? Like, what other subsets can we do so we can start comparing these really large sets? Like, remember, we started off with 270 schools. Now I have 14 schools here and 250 schools here. I can break this down even further if I wanted to kind of study it more, right? So that's basically it. That's all you have to do. But now what's important is you have to save it. So you're going to hit connect to Google Drive. You're going to choose your school's email and you're going to click save a copy. Now this is very important. This is your project. So we don't have to call it any other thing anymore. We're going to work out of this for the whole Unit 3. So I'm going to call this Unit 3 project. And I'm going to hit submit. So notice how here it changed to Unit 3 project, which is good. Now I'm going to hit publish, publish. And this code right here, I'm going to go back into my project, which is over here, sorry. And you see where it says publish pirate file? I'm going to paste it here when it's time to turn in my project, my first draft. And what's nice is as I work on this, I'm going to hit update or publish the whole time, and I just hit update, right? So, like for example, let's say I decide that I only want to focus on the charter schools, and I take this out. If I hit publish again, and then I hit update, it updates the link so that when somebody looks at it, they see this. They don't see the public schools. But I want to keep that, so I'm gonna hit publish. Update again. All right, so that's it. That's what you missed if you went on the field trip, and I had you should code this and have it ready for definitely for Wednesday's class.